Fat Joe is being sued for $20 million by former hype man in an explosive complaint. His hype man alleges the rapper Fat Joe engaged in sex acts with minors and coerced him into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing. Lawsuit comes from after the rapper sued T.A. Dixon in April for slandering him on social media by claiming Fat Joe flew a 16-year-old girl across state line for sex. Why is every single one of these motherfuckers in this game attached to minors?
What I don't understand is, so you accusing him of doing something to somebody else? Is that what's going on?
He's saying he witnessed Fat Joe more than 4,000 times hook up with a minor. So my question is, if you're suing him, nigga, they need to lock your ass up right after.
You was sitting right next to him.
You sat right there next to him and watched him fly 16-year-olds across state lines for sex. What was you doing this whole time?
He was a yes man, bro. He's clearly on the payroll. So
you're guilty.
By association, he is. But as far as though he's on the payroll. So at that point, he turned a blind eye, just like the team of R. Kelly, just like anybody that's part of the squad that's getting paid, bro. They're the yes man. They're not his real homies.
So he says Fat Joe coerced labor, exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. Dixon adds up the hip-hop star behind such chart toppers, blah, 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 Fat Joe. So basically he says like Fat Joe blackmailed him into helping him do this to keep his spot. So now he's suing for up to $20 million in damage. Like, what?
What is Fat
Joey Crack, man. I'm going to rock with you on this one. I'm cuz a bitch for even coming out and doing this to you. And if, like you said, if he was a part of it, that's like going to commit a crime with a nigga and the nigga decide to start snitching. Like, you's an official bitch at this point because you was cool with it. You stayed down. The nigga probably was paying you. It's the same plays with these niggas. You stop living a lifestyle with this nigga. He not fucking with you. And now you digging up dirt and coming out. Or you must what? Got a guilty conscience now? You feel some type of way now? The nigga ain't give you no bread. Probably cut you off. Probably slapped you or marked you out or something. Now you like, what the nigga say on Belly? I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. Yeah, like that's what these niggas is doing. Like y'all coming out or niggas is getting sent. We just see Jada and Fat Joe get the new podcast. They got their deal. They trying to prosper and come into a different lane. And now more niggas is coming out. So they basically making examples out of niggas. Like, look, you want to make it, nigga, we putting something up on you. What happened now?
So he was involved in this shit. So Dixon states in the complaint that Fat Joe forced him into humiliating situations, including sex acts performed under duress and surveillance, accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused to comply. So this grown-ass man said Fat Joe flew him to a foreign country, said, I'm going to leave your ass here in Afghanistan if you don't help fuck these minors. What?
Is this why everybody don't want to come out part of with the Diddy shit?
It's like you was on the PJ the whole way there.
Is this why nobody want to speak on Diddy? Because they like, I can't talk about that nigga. I'm in the same boat.
Exactly. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
How does a grown man force you to fuck a minor in a foreign country? What the fuck are you talking about?
How nigga make you fly out?
That's what I'm saying. It was all cool when he was on the PJ with the robe on, cucumbers on your eyes, whatever niggas was doing. Like he was living a life.
But hey, well, you know, is Joey? What is he? Is he from? Like, what kind of Spanish descent is he from?
I think he's Dominican or Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
So, like, let me just quick question. Do you think in a culture at 16 that quinceañera, like they think that since now 16,
I think that's just Mexicans.
Oh, okay.
I don't even care about all that because he's saying foreign countries and stuff like that. So Fat Joe is a star. He doesn't really have to do a lot of the things that he's saying.
Bro, did he have a gun to his head?
That's all I'm saying.
And you've been working for this man and you don't got enough money to fly yourself back. If you was against it, I'd have been like, fuck it, leave me.
But these niggas is no different from these bitches nowadays. They getting worse. Cause now they taking the playbook out the hose page. That's what they doing. And it's crazy because they never mention the shit when it happens. They always wait 5, 10, 15, 30 years down the line. And then now they saying it was a problem with something. You was cool when you was out there fucking them little ass girls, nigga.
It's just so many going on that it's hard to. Again, I talked about this with the N1 dude. Like, you have to be able
hot sauce.
Hot sauce. You have to.
Hot sauce got a case?
Yeah, bitch put hot sauce on the case.
At some point, I think for a case to be able to go public, we as a law enforcement agency or whatever it is, we have to have actual proof that something took place for this to be able to go public because the allegation's gonna kill you regardless. So if we can't find nothing within a 6 month to a year span that actually makes your case credible, then we throw it out before it ever even reaches the public.
I agree because
that's what it got to start being because all of this. And then again, it's gonna be like the pedo thing when niggas is beating up the pedos and catching them in the store. It starts to lose its relevance. It's so many every day. Niggas ain't gonna have the same reactions to seeing the shit that we seen at this point. Niggas don't care no more.
But the thing is, it's hard to combat that because once you get locked up, you become more so property of the state. Like you have no more rights. So now they're able to do all this to you. So I agree with what you're saying, but they don't care. Once you locked up, you're damn near official slave at this point. You have no more rights. You broke the law or allegedly broke the law. Because that's why I don't think people should even go to jail until you're found guilty. Like, how can I go do prison time? I go fight a case for 3-4 years and I get found not guilty. I'm not getting that time back.
If you're like you said, innocent until proven guilty, so I should be able to sit at home again and have that 6 months to a year where y'all do whatever y'all do.
Well, that's where you need money.
If you can't find nothing, it's over with.
I know, but it's the opposite. You're not. You're guilty until proven.
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
You're presumed guilty, which is why we locking you up in jail. Because how am I
Exactly.
innocent in jail? If I'm innocent, I should be a free man.
Can I piggyback off what you're saying? So with that type of case, when you get that like essay or rape case or anything like that on you, the accusation alone, even if it's not true, once get that jacket on you, it's kind of like you're untouchable for at least the next 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
We were talking about Jonathan Majors when you weren't here, and it was just like now his accusation kind of precedes him now. So now he's just now building his acting chops back up because remember, he was on fire. He did Creed 3. He was a part of the Marvel universe. And it's like when that happened, all motion stopped.
Yeah.
And that was just an accusation. It wasn't even true.
And
Yeah, that follow
they
you
had
for
proof.
life.
They actually had proof for bro running away from the crazy white
That's
bitch.
what I'm saying.
I think we got to start, not even just us, I think people got to start being aware of things and what they're going through. Like, if you think about, we watched the rise and fall of Shannon Sharp like this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We watched him. What I mean is, first take, he got into it with Skip and shit. He fell off. Then he got his own show.
No, that wasn't first take. That was Undisputed. Now
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, Undisputed, my bad. Yeah, so we watched him Undisputed. He had that situation. He bounced back up. He propelled. And then he had the situation about people thinking he was a fruit.
Yeah.
Then he brought the tape out, trying to
Chill.
prove
The
himself.
Instagram
Audio.
live.
Yeah, he brought the IG live out, trying to prove himself. He's going in a spiral moment and not even realizing it. And then you come with this other stuff. Now they're hitting you with allegations. So now they're, after hearing this tape, they're low-key using that tape to help push the case against you.
Mhm.
Like all the stuff you was saying and things you were trying to prove that you was masculine and shit like that, and it backfired on him. And now I ain't heard of Shannon Sharp on nothing since. He been quiet as a mouse.
It's over with. It says, most shockingly, the suit claims Dixon personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old, and lists 3 such Jane Does, including a 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York, who in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill will perform oral sex and other sexual acts on the rapper. Minor Doe 2 is a Caucasian female and not a United States citizen. Fat Joe began having sexual relations with Minor Doe 2 when she was 15 years old after a concert overseas. Defendant flew Minor Doe 2 to New York City, Miami, and Miami, Florida on multiple occasions. Due to Minor 2's body being adolescent and not fully formed, defendant paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift. Minor 2 Doe eventually left defendant and is now married to a professional athlete, the complaint says. Minor Doe 3 is a Latina female who met the defendant when she was 15 years old, turning 16. According to Dixon, defendant was in love with Minor Doe 3. He even contemplated leaving his wife. The defendant paid all Minor Doe 3's bills and even took her overseas to tour stops. He brought her to Florida and would put her up in a condo he rented a few blocks from his house with his wife, the law states. In a recorded conversation, Minor Doe 3 and her 15-year-old cousin described in detail to plaintiff how inappropriate it was for defendant, who was in his late 30s at the time, to be fawning over children. So dude saying he got some receipts.
And so this is what I'm saying about the 6 months to a year before they make it public. If you're saying, or if you're alleging that Fat Joe paid for these bills, then there's some way, somehow, that you could trace the money back to an associate of his, a ghost company of his, some way to say, okay, he did pay for this person. So then that does give some sort of motive or whatever the
That's
case
still
is.
not enough for me. If
But
Fat Joe didn't go
I'm-
make these purchases, I can't just put that on you. I need more than that. Yeah, you got associates. Anybody, you have a company, you can have a company and somebody from your
running
company
from
can go
you.
do something.
Yeah, but I'm saying at least it's a little bit more proof than just a nigga
not
saying,
credible. How
hey,
I know
you paid
wasn't, how I
something.
know you wasn't a nigga that went and did all this, nigga, and then put that on me just to try to get some money. You could be framing me in a sense. Right now, you could have went and paid for all this stuff because you were so close to me and set me up.
You.
Could be. It could be.
If he did do this, he deserved everything that got coming. but it do sound crazy. But the biggest point is, where are these 15 and 16-year-old parents at?
I knew you was going
You know
there.
where I'm going at that, because if you saying somebody getting flown out in flights and getting
She going for
BBL
days.
fucking Brazilian butt
Like, hold on, you
waxes-
came back with
Nah, I'm just saying you can't.
Where's your daughter at? Like, you're going for
crazy.
days.
You
Hold
came,
on,
you
I gotta
came,
answer.
you came from
Came
a
back
flat,
with
you
an
came
ass,
from a
it's
flat
nuts.
screen to a bubble butt.
yeah.
What was you doing? And then
These parents be selling their kids. We
For
seen it
sure.
with the R. Kelly story.
Right.
So we always ask,
Pimpin'.
where's the parents? The parents be the
Right
one
there.
putting them up to it because they trying to get a bag. They tired of working.
right,
They like, shit, you gonna be a little hoe anyway. I might as well get paid. Fuck it. And then don't even talk about the parents that's having kids and selling them on the sex market on purpose.
Yeah.
They got a whole documentaries on that. I just seen the bitch say, yeah, I hate my motherfucking kids. That's why I keep selling them.
nah, facts.
So, I mean,
That's crazy.
all the parents don't give a fuck about their kids.
Nah, a lot of parents nowadays especially don't give a fuck about their kids. You see how they treat them.
If Fat Joe did this, that's karma for that nigga talking about he can say the N-word all he want to and niggas ain't gonna do shit and all that extra shit. Yeah, y'all better chill out with all that N-word stuff.